Welcome to the opening event of the Global Careers Month 2025. My name is Florian Kadlitz. I work as Human Capital Development Expert at the European Training Foundation. It's an agency of the European Union where I also coordinate the work on career guidance. The Global Careers Month is an initiative of the members of the Interagency Career Guidance Working Group. You can see the logos later on a slide from all of the agencies. Our main partner is the International Association for Educational and Vocational Guidance, IAEVG. Big thanks to them for their support. The question is, of course, why do we organize such a month for the second time already? So first of all, we want to raise awareness about the role, about the importance of effective career guidance that enables access to decent work, enables the development of career management skills, that supports fair and sustainable social and economic development. But also, we want to share challenges and good practice related to career guidance so that we support mutual learning and knowledge exchange. And last but not least, we want to provide a global platform to those working every day with individuals, with groups, to help them get the attention of policymakers so that they see the importance of their work. To this end, the Interagency Working Group also just updated a joint statement. It's called Investing in Career Guidance. So we just published it a couple of days ago. You can find the link in the chat soon, so please take a look. And without keeping you wait much longer, I'm happy now to introduce you to my colleagues for their opening remarks. Welcome to Pedro Moreno da Fonseca from the ILO. Welcome to Glenda Quintini from the OECD. And welcome to Cynthia Harrison Villalba from CEDEFOP. Over to you, Pedro. You're still muted.
Very happy to be here, Florian, and to be part once again of this initiative and to promote, to have the ILO also cooperating in promoting this initiative. Career guidance is very important for us. So it is an activity which is an intrinsical part of the interventions of the International Labour Organization. On essence, we promote access to guidance to youth, to workers, for persons with disabilities, and something which is very ingrained in our activity. So Florian, I don't know if we're going to talk a little bit after, or if you want me to already develop this in my opening remarks.
Please go ahead, Pedro.
Well, this is something which is consigned in our conventions, right? So in the conventions that are promoted by the ILO, the conventions are international regulation, they're international law. And namely, the Human Resource Development Convention points in the direction of promotion of career guidance as a universal right, so universal access for everyone, particularly on its Article 3. It is also something which is upheld by the recommendations in the international living standards that follow the convention, also the Human Resource Development Convention, and more recently, the Quality Apprenticeships Convention. Guidance is considered key for quality training, where it be more formal or less formal. And it's also an intrinsical part of the lifelong learning strategy of the ILO. On this level, what we do really is to promote the development of tools as well as methodologies that states can implement in cooperation with social partners. And we have recently published a career development framework, and we have a set of guides which can help develop these activities. We also help in the capacitation of practitioners, may it be in employment services, youth services, vocational training, We also capacitate for system development through our International Training Center. We support labor market intelligence development for career guidance, and we have particular focus on low and middle income countries and vulnerable groups and individuals. So the ILO is active across all the regions of the globe, and we are, as I said, very, very happy to be part of this celebration once again.
Thanks a lot, Pedro. I directly hand over to Glenda from the OECD, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Florian. Like Pedro said, I'm very happy to be here. It's been a great collaboration getting here, also working on the joint statement that you just mentioned. So for me, Career Guidance Month, just not to repeat, trying to say something additional to what Pedro said, is a great opportunity to put career guidance center stage. At the OECD, we're now mainstreaming career guidance as a key component of so many different policies that help countries deal with structural changes brought about, for example, by the various mega trends. For example, in my division, which is the Skills and Future Readiness division, we deal with a lot of workforce challenges of today's world of work, and career guidance is always there. But unfortunately, we have fewer opportunities to focus on career guidance alone. So put it center stage rather than as part of broader challenges. So I think this allows us to do that, and it's a great opportunity. At the OECD, our work on career guidance has focused on both young people and adults. So I'm also speaking for my colleagues who work much more on youth. I tend to work more on adults and on the labor market. But in both cases, we're really focused on producing the evidence that then hopefully justifies investments in career guidance, convinces policymakers that career guidance is worth spending money on. For young people, a lot of our evidence comes from the PISA survey, which covers 15-year-olds in over 80 countries, so well beyond the OECD boundaries, and gives us a lot of information about young people and their aspirations. We know those aspirations are quite narrow. For example, we see that 60% of students say they want to be professionals in the future, and this occupational group only covers 20% of workers. For adults, we have developed our own survey. We've covered 12 countries. And again, we ask adults whether they've participated in career guidance, why. We ask them who provided it. We ask them what they did during the career guidance sessions and what outcomes it led to. So we do get quite a few insights and evidence also on the fact that not many adults have access to career guidance or even actually think about how career guidance can help them. The research also allows us to see that there's a real gain in providing good career guidance, significant wage premium for young people, but only if career guidance is of good quality, like we say in the leaflet, and we've reiterated in the introduction to this event. So we know that, for example, developing a personalized career development plan increases the effectiveness. But more generally, we work with countries either individually, we have developed skills profiling tool, and as I said, we mainstream career guidance. So, for example, we look at the role of career guidance today to help address skill shortages and skill gaps. So these are preventing economies and employers to find the skills they need, and career guidance allows let's say, encourage people, steer people in the direction of promising jobs and good opportunities. Similarly, in the context of transitions that we're seeing because of the mega trends, many workers or adults are seeing their main sector decline. So career guidance allows to help them identify good opportunities for them in emerging sectors. Adult learning systems are getting more complicated. We are the first to recommend that adult learning should be more flexible, more modular, but of course navigating this is more and more complicated. So again, career guidance help do that. And finally, it helps young people make informed choices about the future, and the future that is getting more and more complex for them to navigate. So these challenges for me all point to the crucial role of career guidance going forward. And so again, as I said at the beginning, I think Global Career Month is a great opportunity to focus on this crucial cog of other learning systems.
Thanks a lot, Glenda. Cynthia, please, over to you for your opening remarks.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Florian, and to my other career guidance working group colleagues, Glenda and Pedro, and greetings to others you will hear from later today. I'm also, again, really happy to be here today, to be part of this team, to energetically and celebrate this and open this global space and celebrate this month once again, and also to illustrate the value and the many sides of career guidance. And rather, I will refer more to lifelong guidance, which is a concept established in EU policy. So we come closer to Europe here. And closely paired with lifelong learning. And I also think it's a concept a little bit ahead of its time, in a sense that predicted the need for this interconnection and interconnected learning through life, upskilling, and the need to cover people of all ages. So I'll just sort of add to what's already been said. And for those of you who don't know CEDEFOP, we're a decentralized EU agency here in Thessaloniki, working on the area of vet qualification and skills broadly. So we provide research and evidence for policy and to support policy in implementation in these areas. In my daily work, I work Strand, where I coordinate guidance work. We collaborate with diverse external experts and others working in policy issues, in career development, and also stakeholders in the guidance ecosystem. We also work under the EU policy umbrella, obviously, and structures, which our colleague Aristea from the Commission will explain later on. So I won't go into that. At CEDEFOP, we see that people at any age and background, point of time, stage of life, learning and work need to acquire the skills and competencies to succeed, to have a meaningful life and career, and to navigate change. And obviously, as already has been said, lifelong guidance plays a role in this picture, also in enabling acquisition of people's career management skills to make all of this possible. But guidance cannot do this alone. And we like to underline it's not a magical potion or a solution to all learning and employment challenges. This is a shared responsibility and among many actors who need to find common grounds and a common understanding. So I think it's already been said, this guidance is relevant for young people at school, from vet adult learning, workers at workplaces, in skills utilization, outside and inside of education and training, and measures fostering, for example, active aging and enabling lifelong learning and skills development. So we see lifelong guidance as these sort of many activities, resources, tools, and services that enable all individuals to learning and experience at any stage to identify their needs. And we think it's more valuable and impactful for individuals and for society when it is offered, lifelong, and this is all, interconnected. We all know about the disruptions now in the world of work and learning and the various problems and challenges we are facing and we always face. So how do we put this into practice at CEDEFOP? I'm just adding to what's been said already. On the one hand, we treat lifelong guidance as a standalone concept, as a standalone field, so that we can really focus in depth and we can focus on quality across these many contexts according to quality criteria specific to the field. So that's on the one hand. On the other hand, in parallel, we recognize it's a transversal policy area and it cannot exist. It cannot succeed alone. So we promote its, let's say, purposeful integration into existing policies and to support diverse public policy aims. And this is all also in our leaflet that Florian already mentioned that was published. So to fill these gaps at Cedefop, what do? We have a network called CareersNet where we coordinate independent career guidance and career development experts across the EU and outside. These are our context points in the countries, and we engage in peer learning. We provide evidence for policy and co-construct and identify gaps in system development. We also maintain an inventory of lifelong guidance systems and practices. I think it just appeared in the chat. And the experts, the network experts, we co-produce these inventory records, and this was launched in 2020, and it's being updated regularly. And we have just added about 4 or 5 new records recently. We pay attention to quality. One component of this inventory is quality assurance and effectiveness and monitoring and evaluation. We continue to work on this, to study it and to analyze the information there, and we'll be producing another collection of papers on this topic. Finally, before I give the floor back to Florian, we have just updated our framework for lifelong guidance. It's not published yet, but it's soon to be published. Co-developed with the support of the network, the European Commission, and several others. Some of you are here today. And it builds on key previous work, and it helps us with some, let's say, structuring collaboration in the countries. And it's a tool also to improve data collection and to observe policies and system development. And we actually already use this framework in our inventory, and we'll be using it more and more as time goes by. So we provide this to the public. And also we think it helps clarify the expectations for lifelong guidance, and the same for diverse stakeholders, but it's there for inspiration. It's not prescriptive, but it helps. We believe it will help foster, let's say, individual resiliency also in challenging times through improving the systems and lifelong guidance systems and policy. So with the energy I have left, energetically, I leave the floor back to you, Florian, and we'll see you again later.
Thanks a lot to all 3 of you, Cynthia, Glenda, and Pedro. I think just by listening to you, we understand only 3 organizations, and the amount of activities related to career guidance you are engaging in shows the relevance and the importance of the topic. Thanks a lot. Thanks again to all of you for writing into the chat where you're from, who you are. Welcome again to all of you. And now we want to hear from you. So please scan the QR code that you will see in a moment on the screen, or go to menti.com and put the code that you can see there, and tell us, what does the Global Career Month mean to you? We will look at the results later. Take your time, scan or put menti.com into your browser and add the code. We would like to hear from you, and we will look at the results later. Now, what will happen during the Global Careers Month 2025? So I'm happy to have Janna Kettunen here with me, the president of the IAEVG. Hello, Janna.
Hello, hello.
Hi, welcome. Janna, what do colleagues all over the globe plan for this month? What are they doing already? What are key messages they would like to share? Let's hear some voices from the global region. Over to you.
Wonderful. Thank you very much. And thank you for those very inspiring opening remarks. I'm really absolutely thrilled to be here with you today as we celebrate this what has really become a truly extraordinary global initiative. When we talk about Global Careers Month, we are talking about something remarkable this year. We have over 100 events across every continent happening throughout November and into the early December. I want to also use this moment to express our deepest gratitude. This month wouldn't exist without the incredible dedication of so many people. First, I want to address our heartfelt thanks, of course, to Interagency Working Group for their vision and sustained commitment to elevating educational, vocational, and career guidance globally. And most importantly, I want to thank our regional contact points and all the associations, organizations, and individuals who have worked tirelessly to organize these regional events. Your work, the webinars, symposiums, panels, workshop, conferences that you've created, this is what makes the Global Career Month truly global. So warm thank you on behalf of all of us to each and all of you. Before we take the smaller taster and a journey across continents to showcase some of these amazing events, let's have a look how to discover and find out all about all these events and how you can be part of this celebration. In a link in the chat, you will soon find also two essential resources that work hand in hand. So links are coming right now. So make sure that you bookmark them and make the best use of them. So first, we have the Global Careers Month website at the ILO's knowledge sharing platform. This is your comprehensive hub for all information on Global Career Month activities. This is where everything is actually brought together. The complete calendar, every regional event, information, how to access them. We have a lot of open access, so possibilities for you to join and follow them, registration links, and other relevant resources. Second, the IAVG also has an event calendar. So if you want to have a quick visual overview, you can also visit the IAVC website. So think these two websites in this way. The Global Careers Month website is your comprehensive resource center, and the IAVG calendar is a quick navigation tool. So make best use of both of them. And now, with over 100 events, or 8 regional events, we obviously can't showcase or describe every single one today, though I wish we could, because every event represents incredible work by dedicated professionals. Instead, what we do, we are going to hear few regional voices through short videos. Think of these as windows into the richness of what is happening globally. Behind each video are dozens more events, as I mentioned, webinars, panels, symposia, workshops, and conferences. And here is my invitation to you. Don't limit your participation solely to your own regional events or to your own region's events. Attend events from at least 2 different regions. 3 would be even better. Global Career Month is an amazing opportunity to all of us to engage and learn from contexts that seem different, but may actually share quite a lot the same challenges that are relevant for you. Let's begin our video journey and hear from our colleagues in Japan who are actually with us here right now. So let's take the first video. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Atsushi Okabe, the chair of International Exchange Committee of the Japanese Society for the Studies of Career Education. I'm sorry about the messy background and my poor English. Anyways, it is my great pleasure to welcome you to our joint webinar with FU's Career in celebrating Global Career Month 2025. Global Careers Month is the opportunity to reflect how career guidance and education can empower people to live and work in such a rapidly changing world. Japan and Korea share many difficulties, many challenges in supporting youth's transition from school to work. Behind these difficulties lie multiple social factors, widening socioeconomic disparities, fragile family relationships, developmental and learning disabilities, children with foreign backgrounds, and gender and sexuality issues such as LGBTQ inclusion. These issues often lead some people to be marginalized from mainstream and making it difficult for them to achieve a successful and fulfilling transition. Through this webinar, we hope to exchange practical insights and research findings and to build a sustainable network for future collaboration with our two countries. I would like to thank our speakers, Professor Min-wook Lee, Professor Shintaro Takano, and Professor In-hyuk Lee for joining this dialogue on work-based learning and gender equality in career development. We also invite researchers, teachers, and policymakers to take part and share their experiences. Your participation will help us move toward a more inclusive and future-oriented career education community across Asia and beyond. I'm looking forward to seeing you online webinar. See you then. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the invitation, and thank you, the colleagues in Japan and Korea. This is the spirit of the Global Month, working together across borders. Countries building sustainable networks to tackle shared challenges, school-to-work transitions, inclusion, supporting those with foreign backgrounds and disabilities. Those who, as they said in the video, are marginalized from the mainstream. Now, let's travel across the Pacific. Next video, please.
Thank you for the opportunity to present in this opening session of Global Careers Month. I'd like to congratulate the Interagency Group for initiating and organising this important event that provides an opportunity for us to meet with and hear from colleagues from around the world. My name is Mary McMahon and I'm the Vice President of the Career Industry Council of Australia, the peak body for the Australian career industry, and one of the organisations acting as a regional focal point in the organisation of Global Careers Month. Australia is one of the countries of the Oceania region. Oceania is a collection of island nations in the Pacific Ocean. About 5% of the world's population live in the Oceania region. Many of the Oceania countries can be regarded as developing. In reflecting on some of the challenges in the Oceania region, I'll touch briefly on sustainability, climate change, culture and migration, which suggest there is a place for career services now and into the future in the Oceania region. Related to sustainability, from my perspective, is a tension in the region between development and jobs and the associated destruction of rainforest and natural environments, depletion of fisheries and a loss of traditional ways of life that's forcing people to respond and find work in different ways and in different communities. Related to climate change, rising sea levels in the Oceania region are seeing people's lives and livelihoods irreversibly changed as coastlines are inundated and will result in forced migration of climate refugees. In fact, Australia and Tuvalu already have an agreement in place about forced migration, a focus of which is migration with dignity. Related to culture, the Oceania region has a rich and colourful diversity. A challenge for the Oceania region is that some countries do not have established career services and there's no coordinated regional network. If career development is to become more established across the region, we need to think about the Western origins of career theory and practice and consider how culturally responsive career services can be developed. Related to migration, many people move within the region for work, including seasonal work, which has implications for families and communities. And many migrants and refugees move permanently to Oceania countries, especially Australia and New Zealand, from countries around the world. Migrant and refugee resettlement is a global and regional issue that is receiving pushback in some settings. And so the Career Industry Council of Australia's Global Careers Month event was a webinar on Monday, the 3rd of November, titled Supporting Refugee Resettlement Through Career Development. This webinar is freely available on the Career Industry Council's YouTube channel, and you'll find information about it on the Global Careers Month events calendar. In closing, I'd like to thank the Interagency Group and wish everyone a successful and stimulating Global Careers Month.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. And as mentioned, this event has already taken place, but the link is available on our calendars. So make use of also following the events that have recorded. And next, we'll travel to Southern Africa, where they are asking us to rethink our most fundamental assumption about the employability itself. Next video, please.
Greetings from Southern Africa. First and foremost, would really like to take this opportunity to thank the Interagency Working Group for Career Guidance for initiating this program, the Global Careers Month, in 2022, where we had our first term as representative for the Southern African region. For this year, the event is bound to be very interesting and different. The format is youth-driven. We'll be looking at employability, the very definition of it, and the conceptualization around not just finding employment, but creating employment or creating subsistence as any form of precarious work, small-scale farming or gig work, but really, to try and encapsulate all types of career or work employment opportunities in a definition, and include the people, the profit, and the planet, so that sustainability is also built into this framework. I would really like to thank the EU delegation of Eswatini who has supported this program and this event. The EUD in Eswatini have been supporting the National Curriculum Center, who through the ministry are reforming the curriculum, secondary education curriculum, to a competency-based curriculum from next year. So really a lot of great progress. And the National Curriculum Center, who will be hosting this event, this regional event for this term, have really seen this opportunity as a springboard for the reform, and really to look at, employability, sustainable livelihoods, career education, and listen to the voice of the youth. And a great thanks to the EU Youth Sounding Board in Eswatini, who are driving this process and bringing in the stakeholders to engage and deliberate on this definition, and make sure we come out at the end of the day with a decision for a definition for the region on employability that will serve the needs of the greater youth and population in terms of the realities for career opportunities. So we just once again thank the Interagency Working Group and everyone dedicated to career development, to see the lives of more succeed. And it really comes down to, I think for me, one big lesson or story around some people who draw their circle around themselves, some people who draw their circle around themselves and their family, some around their family and friends and communities, and some who just draw themselves and their circle around the whole of humanity. And thank you to all of those that do draw themselves around the biggest picture. We really need commitment for the big picture of people while technology and profit currently rule the world. So wishing you well and looking forward to this journey. From the region, we are strong and ready and prepared, and would like to invite you to the 25th of November for our event. So more information to follow, but thank you once again, and let's see what's next. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Southern Africa. What a powerful reframing and centering youth voice at the heart of it. I also want to highlight Kenya's work in career guidance as a catalyst for youth employability and rural employment services. That's also in the calendar on November 8th, if I remember right. So this speaks exactly what Southern Africa just showed us, reaching those furthest from opportunity. And let's complete our mini journey with journey across Atlantic to North America. Next video, please.
On behalf of the North American team, which is a collaboration between CEREC, NCDA, and my own organization, CCDF, I want to wish you a very happy Global Careers Month 2025. Across North America, advocacy is becoming increasingly a key priority for our profession. With the recent escalation of sociopolitical, economic, and environmental disruption, our services are more needed than ever before. We have the privilege of serving those who are most disenfranchised and most disillusioned, and we have the responsibility to use our voices to advocate for those we serve and more broadly for social justice. And so, with this in mind, advocacy is the theme for our showcase event for Global Careers Month this year.
Our focus on advocacy over the past few years has been multifaceted, including the development of an advocacy playbook for our sector, several targeted advocacy campaigns, and an inaugural panel session during Career Month 2024. Building on this, for Career Month 2025, we are bringing together a powerful panel of experts from across North America and internationally to explore how we, as career development professionals, can move beyond seeing disruption around us to actually shaping solutions. We invite you to join us for a free virtual panel session on November 19th to explore how we can advocate more powerfully together in response to a range of issues, from youth and long-term unemployment to service cuts, rising living costs, and the impacts of AI on work.
The quote went something like this: if you think you're too small to make a difference, try going to bed with a mosquito in the room. And I just think there's a lot to be said for that, because I think we can all fall into that trap of thinking, well, either, oh, my voice isn't important enough, like I'm not one of the change makers, I'm not a policy maker, or it's not my responsibility, or maybe my voice doesn't matter. And it couldn't be further from the truth. Every single CDP voice matters.
You may be thinking, what can I expect from this session? Well, we'll be sharing strategies, tools, and ideas to amplify your voice and those of the people and communities most affected. You'll hear what is being done to drive change and leave with real-world examples you can take away for your own practice. We'll also explore how career development itself is part of a solution, advocating both for the people we serve and the profession as a whole. And finally, the session will be a celebration of the power we have to adapt in the face of turbulence and uncertainty. Please don't miss this opportunity to learn, connect, and act. Look forward to seeing you on November 19th.
Well, must love this. If you think you're too small to make a difference, try going to bed with a mosquito. Perfect reminder that every single voice matters. So thank you very much. Remember that these 4 videos, they are only windows into so much more that is happening across every region. Latin America is hosting a 2-day symposium in November focusing on career guidance with cultural relevance and social justice. The MENA region has an entire career development week throughout the November. And Europe's Euroguidance Conference in Riga is in early December, bringing together a European network to examine sustaining guidance within the Union of Skills. That's 8 regional events highlighted today and over 100 events in the calendar waiting for you to explore. This is what happens when educational, vocational, and career guidance professionals around the world come together. This is power of collaboration. The invitation is now extended. Everything you need is on the calendars we shared. And now let me hand back to you, Florian.
Thanks a lot, Jana, and many, many thanks to the colleagues from the global regions. Excellent. I'm looking forward to the many events, and I hope you too. I would now like to invite with me Aristea Politi from the European Commission and Ramon Iriarte from UNESCO to dive deeper into the core themes of the Global Careers Month. Hi, Aristea.
Hello, Florian.
Nice to have you.
Nice
Hi,
to have
Ramon.
you here.
I will start with you, Aristea, if I may. The European Commission introduced the Union of Skills. What are the challenges employers and workers face that career guidance can help address? Why is career guidance important today and in the future in the view of the European Commission?
Thank you very much, Florian, for the question, and good afternoon from me, and a warm welcome to colleagues, partners, and friends from across the world. So before answering straight to the question, just let me start by saying something very simple and obvious. Career guidance should never be seen as a luxury, as an extra or optional service. So actually, it is a right, one that everyone should have throughout their life. And I want to remind you that this is anchored in the European Pillar of Social Rights, which actually recognizes that everyone has the right to quality learning opportunities and to timely personalized support from employment, job search, and requalification. It is a very simple but very powerful message. So people should be supported to keep learning, adapting, and thriving throughout their lives. So career guidance is considered one of the most concrete ways that this right can become a reality. So now coming back to question, yes, across Europe, both workers and employers, they face growing challenges. We see persistent skills mismatches, shortages and gaps that they hold back innovation and growth. But beyond the numbers, there's also a human side. So for many people, change is moving faster than they can adapt. So new technologies, new ways of working, new expectations. Careers are becoming less predictable, and adults often feel unsure about what to learn next or how to keep their skills relevant in such a fast-changing world. And then at the same time, employers struggle to find and keep people with the right competencies, while sectors like from care and crafts to clean technologies and STEM, they face chronic shortages. So the green and digital transitions, yes, they bring opportunity, but they also demand constant adaptation. And this is how the European Commission has responded with bringing in the Union of Skills. So this is the framework that was adopted in March 2025 that brings together all our education, training, and employment initiatives to help people and businesses face these challenges together. So the Union of Skills is built on 4 main strands, and career guidance plays a role in each one of them. So the first strand of Union of Skills is building skills for life, meaning investing in basic, transversal, and digital competencies. And here, career guidance, they helps people see their strengths and learning needs and encourages them to take that first step back into learning, and especially those who have lost confidence or haven't studied for years. Then we have upskilling and reskilling, helping people adapt to new jobs and transitions. And here also career guidance, they give people the confidence and direction to choose the right training and also make the most of the new opportunities. I will give an example, the example of individual learning accounts. So actually individual learning accounts is about adults receiving a personal training right. So actually money, like consider it as a digital wallet. But this scheme would not work effectively without guidance, because it is guidance that it helps people decide what to learn, how to use those entitlements effectively, and where to find quality training. And it is also career guidance which supports a worker in manufacturing who needs to shift to a green or digital job. So the third strand is skill circulation and recognition, actually making skills and qualifications more visible and portable. And here also guidance helps people understand how their skills and experience are recognized. Let's see how to use the tools like Europass or micro-credentials and navigate validation systems so that their competencies are visible and valued wherever they go. And then the last strand of the of the Union of Skills is attracting and retaining talent. So actually supporting Europe's competitiveness and inclusion. So here, guidance helps newcomers, migrants, mobile workers understand new systems, match their skills to opportunity, and integrate. So it also supports employers by helping them retain and develop talent through lifelong learning and internal mobility. So yes, career guidance connects and strengthens all four strands, and it is what makes policies work for people, and actually might have the possibility, the power to turn rights into real choices. But before I close this, I finish my reply, I would like also to highlight that none of this would be possible without career guidance practitioners. And their task is very complex. So they must understand people's aspirations, new learning options, and fast changing labor markets all at once. So actually, they deserve continued support. And this is precisely why the Euroguidance Network exists. So co-funded by the European Commission and member states, Euroguidance helps practitioners strengthen their competencies, share good practices, and stay connected to European and international developments. By doing so, it helps make guidance across Europe high quality, inclusive, and ready for the future. And at the same time, public employment services, or PES, are another cornerstone of Europe's guidance systems. So they're often the first point of contact for people in transition, whether entering the labor market, changing careers, looking for a job, or recovering from job loss. So PES can support people in managing career transitions and keeping their skills relevant in a changing labor market. So last but not least, we should also acknowledge the important role that CEDEFOP plays in advancing career guidance across Europe. You already heard from Cynthia in the opening that CEDEFOP's work on the European guidance framework and the inventory provides the evidence and tools that help policymakers and practitioners strengthen guidance systems and improve their quality. So yes, career guidance, Florian, is very important because it helps people and employers develop their skills they need to succeed in a changing world. And it is important today, and it will be even more so in the future. And as Europe and its member states, working with partners worldwide, continue to learn, adapt, and grow together. So the floor is back to you, Florian. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. I mean, you mentioned that the systematic integration of career guidance into skill strategies and into employment policies really is an important key element, and the support to practitioners. You mentioned the Euro Guidance Network. So I think those are key elements to highlight. Ramon, I would give the floor to you with a question. Just a quick message to our participants. Zegaye, I see your hand is up. I kindly ask for your understanding that we cannot take people's voices in this event because we have little time. If you have any comment or question, please put it into the chat. We want the discussions take place throughout the event. So thanks for your understanding. Ramon, what are challenges countries, especially in the global south, face based on your experience at UNESCO? How do those challenges make career guidance particularly relevant today and in the future?
Thank you very much, Florian, and my greetings to all colleagues that are with us today from different regions of the world. So responding to your question, UNESCO has been working a lot in different countries in Africa, South Asia, Latin America also, to help them strengthen their TVET system. We have supported national teams to carry out diagnostic studies, to develop policies, design strategies to make TVET more effective and inclusive. And through this work, we have seen several common challenges that many countries face. And we have also seen how career guidance can play a very strategic role in addressing them. So I will just mention a couple of them. For example, in many countries, the training that young people and adults get does not match the need of the labor market. Of course, this can happen for many reasons, but one important issue is that students often lack good information about the local job market and the real career opportunities available to them. Sometimes students choose a program without knowing what kind of jobs they can get afterwards or whether those jobs actually exist. And in other cases, they start programs and later drop out because the course doesn't meet their expectations. And this is where career guidance can make a real difference. Career guidance can provide reliable information and counseling before they choose a training path. They can also get support finding the program that best fits their talents and goals. But career guidance can also steer students towards occupations where demand is high. In this way, career guidance can help change the perception of TVET and show it as a choice that has high value and is forward looking. Also, in many countries, education and training pathways are fragmented. It's often difficult for learners to move from general education into TVET or from TVET into higher education. And sometimes the rules for recognition of prior learning are not always very clear. And many students reach dead ends where they can't progress further. So in these cases, career guidance can help students understand how to plan their learning journey, explain the options available, the prerequisites, and how their previous learning can be recognized. And this helps reduce dropouts and allows more flexible and lifelong learning paths. Another issue that we found is that there are still gaps in participation in TVET among certain groups, like women, people from rural or low income backgrounds, migrants, and learners with disabilities. And many of these groups first face barriers that prevent them from entering or completing TVET programs. So inclusive career guidance can help overcome these barriers. For example, early outreach, working with parents, and gender-sensitive counseling can encourage more young women and disadvantaged learners to pursue studies in a non-traditional or high-demand field. Also, many TVET systems are struggling to keep up uh, with the fast pace of digital and green transitions. New skills are needed faster than training programs can adapt. And this means learners and workers often need timely advice on how to reskill or upskill for emerging jobs. And career guidance can connect students with short training options, new online learning opportunities, and information about green and digital occupation that are growing quickly. And an additional point is that in many places, TVET still suffers from a poor image. There is a cultural bias that sees it as a second choice compared to academic education, even though TVET often offers strong employment and income opportunities. And career guidance can help change this perception, especially at key transition points like the end of lower secondary school and several activities such as open days, visit to companies, or meetings with successful TVET graduates can inspire students and parents to see TVET as a respected pathway to decent work and entrepreneurship. And finally, many adults are also facing what we could call career shocks. These may be caused by automation, climate change, economic and political crisis, um, and workers suddenly find that their jobs are disappearing or that they need to change careers entirely. And for this purpose, adult career guidance services can be a lifeline in this situation because they can help workers to find short, flexible training opportunities that match their needs and the needs of the local economy and support a smoother career transition. So we see across all these challenges from youth transition to adult reskilling, career guidance plays a central role in helping people make informed choices, stay motivated, and find their place in a changing world of work. So career guidance is not just an add-on to the education system, but we see it as a vital bridge between learning and earning, between aspiration and opportunities. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Ramon. I really like how you highlighted the importance of career guidance for the individual and especially for young people. Excellent. Thank you so much to both of you, Ariste and Ramon. Let's take a look at what you told us about the Global Careers Month. Please, can we see briefly the results of the poll? In the chat, by the way, you find a lot of links to the documents that had been shared by the different speakers. You see announcements of events. You see different comments from participants on the discussions ongoing. There are some questions detailed related to the CareersNet participation. I'm sure the colleagues can follow up then individually. I don't yet have the results on the screen, but while we're waiting, here they come. So the question was, what does the Global Careers Month mean to you? We have about 50 responses, but they're hidden to me, so I can't see them. I'm sorry. While we're waiting for the responses, let's turn it around. I will start with Cynthia, if you allow me. Can we hear from you? What does the Global Careers Month mean to you as a person and as expert?
Okay. Can you
Let's
hear me?
keep
Yeah,
it
you
short
can hear.
because
Yep.
we're a bit tighter with the
Yep.
time than we had expected.
Well, this was challenging. I was actually also going to say opportunity, but then I thought deeper, because of course, when access and quality are secured, career guidance is an opportunity, but I think we can't be sort of too romantic about it, not to be discouraging, because it's actually can be hard work for individuals and also for all the partners. In the end, all through the hard work and the learning, it can save energy and work and build a more equitable and even, resilient and competitive society. We all know how hard it is to make a change, to feel a loss of hope, and to know we really need to learn something more or new, especially later in your career. But if we acquire CMS earlier and build on this, I think in the end, in the long run, it can work out much better.
Thanks a lot, Cynthia. Aristea.
Wow. So for me, Global Careers Month is about actually people finding their way through learning, through change, through the support they receive along the journey. So when I look at my 17-year-old daughter, who is connected also in the event, and she's thinking about her future and trying to apply to universities, so I really see how quickly the world is changing and how she, like all of us, will need to keep learning and adapting throughout life. So that's why career guidance matters, not only for individuals, but for the world, for Europe, for the world as a whole. And actually, it is how we build a society that believes in people, invests in their potential, and gives everyone the chance to shape their own future with confidence and hope.
Good, thanks. Pedro, what does the Global Careers Month mean to you as a person and also as expert?
Yes, Florian, I'm quite excited that such a positive initiative is coming in such a turbulent period. For me, this essentially highlights the need to link all this technical activity and policy to human values, right?
Yeah.
We know that guidance ultimately is enabling for access to decent work. We know that it helps bring upon social justice. I would probably think about two main words. One is hope, in the same vein of this Mentimeter exercise, hope. and hope that the outcomes are not set. You know, the labor market outcomes are not set, socioeconomic outcomes are not set, and career guidance is part of this transformative process. The second word would be probably inclusion, you know, because it seems that inclusion is being challenged left and right at the moment. And this is really about creating a world that is built by everyone for everyone. I think we shouldn't lose sight of these sort of long-term aims and, more important, objectives of what we do.
Brilliant points, Pedro. Thanks. And thanks for showing again the Mentimeter results. Let's keep them here. Glenda, over to you.
Thank you. I think I'm stealing some of the words on the Mentimeter. So personally, I think the word empowerment is really powerful to me. I think for young people, for my children who are not here listening, they're too young to be following the webinar, but already thinking about their future in some ways. So the idea that they can still pursue their dreams, but they can be informed of what the options are to pursue their dreams, I think is very important. And the other thing, I think the sharing and networking elements are very important. We've heard so many nice initiatives already through the videos. There's many more different contexts, in some ways also the same problems or similar problems in different contexts. So it's nice to be sharing. It's nice to see, I think, what other countries are doing better and try and adapt it to our reality. So hopefully Career Guidance Month will be a great opportunity to do that.
Thanks a lot, Glenda. Ramon, over to you.
Thank you, Florian. I think the Global Careers Month is an excellent opportunity to recognize the multiple challenges young people and adults face in choosing and changing careers throughout their lives, but especially in these times of rapid change, uncertainty. But it's also, I think, a moment to reflect on our own career journeys and realize that career guidance is becoming a lifelong learning needs, not just for young people that are still in school. I had career counseling at the moment at school, but we realized that it's becoming a permanent need for all of us. And it's not just for the schooling process as we were used to. So I think it's a new meaning of career guidance. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Ramon. Jana, please, I would like to hear from you as well.
Well, thank you. As Glenda mentioned, that stealing some words from the Mentimeter is they resonate, of course, closely with me too. When I was thinking it's really a collaboration. Collaboration lies at the heart of the IAVG, and by nurturing the partnership with the organizations, institutions, and stakeholders around the world, this is where we can pool our expertise. I truly have a faith in collective wisdom and the incredible potential that we possess together. And I see that we all together, we must be the voice that champions the value of educational and vocational and career guidance at all levels, advocating for policies and practices that promote access, equity, and quality. And for that, it's about collaboration. So thanks a lot. And Florian, how about you?
Thank you. Well, we see the term empowerment here in the center, and I really see it around me in my private life, in my professional life, that it's really not possible to separate personal from career biography, personal development from career development. They're just intertwined and influence each other. So for me, the Global Careers Month is a platform to argue for this paradigm shift away from career guidance as a matching process towards career guidance as a learning process that supports meaning making, that empowers people through skills development, supports making economies more efficient and societies fairer. So saying this, we all do hope that you will enjoy a very rich and interesting Global Careers Month. And thanks for staying 5 minutes longer with us than planned. We see you all on the 26th of November at the Global Closing event, and I wish you again a very good Global Careers Month. Thank you all.